Hey friends, Adam here. Welcome to match number 2 in this series that I've started for the tournament played on July 26, 2026. Let's just head over to the table right away. No weird intros and blah, 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 and here we go. All right, this is round 2. This is not Connor versus Kyle. We just haven't updated the tablet yet. Kyle's trying to use a force. And Kyle gets it. Kyle tries to use a force to win the leg and somehow does it. We just haven't updated the scoreboard yet. Sometimes we forget. It doesn't happen right away. Kyle has house racked himself. We are on table 6, which is on the other side of the room. Table 1 is, where is it? Well, it's not, we can't see it from here. But we're getting right in here. I played Kyle a couple times on the stream here, or on the channel here. Did I get there? I got there. Last time I played him, he just broke 500. He was like actually, he might have been right at 500. The Sunday tournaments at the Breakaway are raced here, Fargo. So, the lowest you can go is 3 and the highest you can go is 6. And if you, are 500 to 599, you go to 5, 400 to 499, you go to 4. I probably could have said that a little bit better. There we go. Now we have the score. So I'm going to 6. Kyle's going to 5. Kyle's trying to play safe, not quite getting there. Now, the way these tournaments work, there are 8 tables here. They're actually 9, but only 8 that are used. The 9th table is in a completely different area of the pool hall bar. These matches usually play right after one another. I'm not sure how many people were in this tournament. How many people were in this tournament? Please hold. 20 players in this tournament. It's kind of a weird bracket with 20 players. But I am on the B side. If you saw in round 1, if you didn't, sorry, I just spoiled it for you. Go back if you want to watch and make fun of me. Kyle in this tournament is a 504 at this time, and I was a 628. 628, 504. So you have it. He's the extreme low end of the 500s, and I am somewhere in the first quarter of the 600s. I don't know what's going on here. I'm either talking to someone or doing something or not paying attention or don't realize it's my shot. I'm getting my jump cue out because I've left myself so horribly bad on this 2-ball, and it's still my turn and I can't really do much else. So I have problems shooting with the short jump cue, with the sidearm, with neck, and I have no problems jumping the balls, as you can see there. I have problems landing on the ball I need to land on. So I use the dart method with the short jump stick. I'll use the sidearm with the full jump stick, but that was too close, and blah, 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 and who cares? Now, you may say, hey, you just left in the 2-9, he's going to win this. The problem is, early 9s aren't a win. So he made it, and now it's going to spot here, and now he's... What is that? That's not the 9-ball. Welcome to the 11-ball tournament, even though it says 9-ball. Actually, it doesn't. It just says weekly tournament. But yeah, that is the problem with taking that combo. I don't know if he could have not gotten the cue ball in here and gotten, that was a great hit, gotten the 2 by itself. Either way, this works. He got a decent leave. I am sitting in the middle of nowhere. I'm over the 5-ball. The 2 doesn't really go. I don't think I can hold this to stay under the 3. That seems really hard. I'm almost going to just bank this and maybe it goes off the 7 and in. I think that's probably the shot here. I think that's what I tried. And I made the 7 and I hooked myself. Maybe I didn't hook. No, I think I have the right side of the 2. This one, if I can hit it thin enough, I can come off 2 rails and back out. Hopefully leave the 2-ball about there. My eyes aren't that good. I don't have the Shane Van Boning eyes. He's probably one of the best on the planet of being able to thinly cut these and just kind of go around. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. That's what my attempt is going to be. I'll probably hit it way too thick. Yeah, I hit that entirely too thick. If I can get behind the 8, I'm okay. And I'm not okay. I don't think I'm okay. I think I left him the full ball to be able to make. Looks like he's going right at it. Yeah. The 6 ball is the problem here because I don't think that goes. I think that's right on the rail. Yeah, it definitely does not go. You got to be right here to be able to make it. You can't be down here because the 6-11-9, whatever this thing is. I think he tried to go at it right then. That would have been really good. He would have just bumped it right out. But now he's in trouble because he has to try to get on the 5 to be able to just float right to the rail. Now, if he can get there, the 6 to the 8 is okay, and then the 11-9, this is really bugging me. I'm going to make yellow lines so it looks like the 9 ball. We're just going to leave that there for the entire rack. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, he has to get straight on the 5 to be able to get to the 6. I almost want to draw this back a little bit and go 2 rails in there, but yeah, that's tough too. I think that's about what he's doing. He may be in trouble here. He may be a little bit too straight. And he's looking at... Now, as a rotation player, you want to look at this well before now. You want to look at it like on the 3 ball down here. The big problem in this rack is the 6. So how do we get on the 6? And you kind of work backwards from there. So how do you get from the 3 to the 4 to the 5 to get on the 6? And if you can't, you need to play safe well before you get to this point. I think he's looking at just how do I get on the banking line for the 6. The bank is tough here because the cue ball can just follow right into the side. But I think that's what he's looking at. I don't know if he was trying to go at. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Just drew it too much because he looked like he was getting... This is the line he looked like he wanted to be on. Oh, that was beautiful. He had like 4 different chances for the cue ball to... Maybe not 4, but a bunch of just different chances for the cue ball to hit the 6 and knock it out. And now this is just make the 8. Got a little greedy, forcing it over and getting a good leave, but he hit it well. And this is going to be the difference between the last round with Andrew and Kyle. Kyle uses stun and draw to kind of force the ball and make it go where he wants to. He's not just floating things in. So Kyle is on the board, 1-0. Instead of spotting him 1 game, I'm now spotting him 2. Now, if you're not going to make a ball in the break, this is definitely how you want to leave it. Because now Kyle has to push. And he almost has to push to leave me a shot at the 1. Down here, maybe? Up here is not bad, or even like way down here. Because this, I don't think the 1-5 is on enough where you can make it go. What is he doing here? Okay, so he kind of did what I said at first, but he moved the 2 ball to kind of control the cue ball. If I can get this through here and leave, maybe behind the 2, I'm kind of looking at what angle or where the cue ball is going to go. I may try too much here, and I may try to go all the way behind the 9. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's what I'm trying. Problem with that is if I hit the 8, I think just soft draw, stop shot, play the 1 this way and the cue ball kind of behind the 2, and the 1 will kind of bounce out this way. I could use the 4 or the 2 or both as blockers there. 2's gonna bounce up pretty high, but it'll stay pretty good. Everything's wide open. Everything has a pocket. EFG, as the DVP says. I do have that shirt. I'm not wearing it, obviously. Let's see. There's just 1 rail out. Oof. That almost looked and kind of felt like a miscue. Like he wanted to hit it with low right and he hit too much and it just miscued and just hit the ball right into the rail. I'm going to do the same shot, just I'm a little closer, or a lot closer. I really wanted to get, if we draw a line to the middle of the pocket, I really wanted to get more on this side. Because then I can just float up here instead of having to try to control this or force it. hit it really rough to the pocket, but I got the position line I want to do. I'm going to just kind of, that's not the line. This is going this way. Kind of just going this way with forward. A little bit of inside, which is right in this case. A lot of it inside. This is actually really good to get on the inside of this ball. And what I mean by that is from on this side. So I can naturally just come up here. I'm playing inside English on this. This is right. Just to kind of cut the angle off. I did not want to be on top of the 9. I could have gone for another, in between the 8 and the 9 there. Although I didn't want to be straight on the 7 either, so. But I'd rather be straight on the 7 than bridging over the 9 for sure. This one I think is just one rail towards the 8 in the side, or one rail into the, oh boy. Speed control is really tough when you're bridging over another ball. Everything, aim, speed control, mental tenacity, everything is tough. Don't eat a steak when you're bridged over the 9 ball, because that'll be tough too. Over here, we have a Pete from the BS League sighting. I think I'm giving him, I think I realized that I've screwed myself up enough that I need to give him the table or give him the space. He takes like 5 shots in a row. Thanks, Pete. So the cut is here, and the just straight top ball is going to bring me out and up for the 9. It doesn't look like I'm doing that. There should be no scratch. There should be no reason not to. Okay, that's kind of what I did. One of the things I'm working on, I had a lesson with my coach, Mark Wilson, in St. Louis this past week, is my follow stroke and not dropping my elbow. Dropping your elbow is a natural thing to do in pool, but for certain strokes, you absolutely cannot do it. But I am on the board, 1-1. That's a topic for another day. Another channel, another video series. So if we were playing with a 3-point rule, I think Kyle will be okay, because all these balls came up here and he made one. We are not, though. That does not exist in almost every form of pool in the US. There's a nice easy stretch here. Or just shoot a left-handed. This is something I can't do. I put this in my goals for 2026, and I'll put a link up above to those. And spoiler alert, it's not going to happen. I actually did tell Mark in the lesson, like, hey, in the last like 10 minutes, can you go over and line me up so I'm lined up left-handed? And both of us completely forgot. I remembered on the drive home the next day, which didn't help me at all. This, I like going back and forth, but I don't know if he got, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, these rails, super bouncy. The problem is here, this is almost straight on. Does he force this with follow and try to get on the 4? Oh, that was not as straight on as I thought. Problem here is what we ran into last track. He makes the 9. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the 4 ball going? Because the 9 is going to go here. Cue ball is going to go right. Oh, he's good. Don't do it. Welcome back to the 11 ball tournament. I don't know why that bugs me. It just does. I always hit the button and wait for the 9 to come down. The 9 back on. Maybe I'll psych my opponent out one day by using the 10 ball. Because he just used the 11 both times. It's like he planned on doing that. Yep, the problem there is you try to force that to get a better angle on the 6 and it bobbles a lot. If you hit this rail going in and it's worn cloth like this. And I say worn meaning it could be a couple months old and it's still considered worn. I don't know how old the cloth is on this, probably about a year. Still in very good condition. It's cleaned weekly and balls are polished regularly and things. What are you doing, cue ball? Whew. Now there's precision positioning. Precision positioning, that's hard to say. Looks like I called the pocket, but I didn't because we're playing 9-ball. Actually, we're playing 11-ball, which means maybe you have to call it. Maybe if the minute of the hour is odd, you have to call it. If it's even, you don't. This is pretty good. Depends on where I'm at. I want to be above the spot ball. If I can cue the whole ball, I'm much better off. I don't know if I can or not. Okay, it looks like I can cue enough of the ball. I don't have to worry about bridging over it. So probably going to go here and back up here. Or, oh, not a bad line. I'll take it. It's not quite DVP precise, but it's, I think I told him I called the 11 in the corner. Because they always do that in 9-ball. But finally in the lead for the second time in this tournament. Now hopefully it doesn't end up the way the first did, or this will be a short video series. If you're watching in the future, you see how many videos there are, but I'm not going to spoil it as I'm talking. If I win this, there will be at least one more. If I lose this, there won't be. Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion. So I missed on the break again. Missed being didn't make a ball. Had a good cue ball, didn't make a ball. So I need to consider changing things up. Kyle may fire at this bank. Safety from here is a little weird. He may also look at cue ball over behind the 7. No, he fired at the bank. I don't blame him. It's early in the rack. The 3 ball is messed up, and there's enough ways to get safe if you miss. This isn't terrible for him. I don't know if the 1-2 is lined up well. The 1 could go down here. I tend to avoid combos if you can't control the secondary object ball, in this case the 1 ball, easily. Like if it's a natural position where the 1's going to go down here naturally, I may take it. Yeah, and that's what happened, but then I just missed. And remnants of the stroke in the first match, and this is really only it probably less, if there was a break, it was less than 10 minutes before this match. With a 20-player tournament, it's a what is this, 16? It's not a 16, it's a 24 or 32 player bracket. In fact, I can see, yeah, it's a 32 player bracket, which makes there's a lot of buys. And our digital pool takes care of it all, but there's a lot of buys figured in there because it's such a strange number. In fact, we've had times where people come and ask, and they're like, oh, the tournament started, can I still get in it? And one night we had 16. And at exactly 16, the bracket's already set, and there's no way you can add someone on. If there were 19, then there's going to be a bunch of buys in there, and you can actually slot someone in at some point. Not entirely fair to the people who have already joined the tournament, but it's still possible. So Kyle kind of forced that one, kind of played it a little fast. I need to get out for the 2 in the side if I can, using outside ball or 2 rails inside. I love that shot. It's one of my favorite shots. In fact, if you haven't seen the BS intro video, I'll put the link to that up above. I asked people what their favorite pool shot is, and I gave 2 answers, and that was my second answer. High inside, wrapping 2 rails out of the pocket and coming out. It is very hard to scratch with that shot, and the caveat is it's also possible to scratch with that shot by following it straight in, but it's hard. You have to hit it really pure to be able to follow it in. Now here, I'm just going to go 2 rails right behind the 6 ball, it looks like. No, I got another 4. I think the 3, if the 3 goes, this isn't terrible, because I can avoid the 5 and I can come 1 rail back for the 4. I'm getting down in this shot really fast, so I either had a plan or it goes. Hopefully I had both. Okay, it does go. Now I underhit that because I'm kind of afraid of the bouncy rails. I don't want to get straight in this 4 because I don't want to have to draw and take the 5 from like way down here. I do have a natural angle. Just a little bit, it's high with just a touch of outside, which is right spin in this case, to kind of have it do this. But I want a little bit more right spin because that would open up the ball a little bit more. You don't want enough that you go here and you scratch, but you want enough that you can go like here, and it still is opening up as it goes off that second rail. Here I gotta just hit this in with center ball, maybe a little bit of inside. I think that was more center with less inside. This is an interesting shot. I was thinking of doing a video on this at some point. I just didn't know how to discuss the physics of this, of drawing off a ball and like the speed or spin transfer off a ball. Because I think I know I'm hitting the 9 ball here. And if you draw off this ball, your draw can really, really take off on you. And I think I tried to, and I just missed the 9 ball altogether. And that's why I hit it as light as I did. And the fact that I hit it the way I did is probably why I missed the 9. If I would have put a more committed stroke on it, I think it would have slid more into the 9, and then the draw would have taken place. And then you can have it do all sorts of crazy stuff. I don't know. Comment below if you want me to do a video on speed or spin transfer, and I'll try to figure something out. Whew. Well, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I was hoping to come back much further. I think I hit the point, which deadened the cue ball, because the point is the end of the facing, which is a little bit harder rubber than the actual cushions, the rails. There's like an 1/8 inch of what they call facing, like right here, and then all on the inside. Because if you had all the rubber on the inside, you'd never be able to make a ball. Because as soon as it hit one of those, it would just bounce straight out. See snooker tables, or you English guys who love to call everything else buckets. I'm trying to leave it 1 rail behind the 9. This is good. Now this left a bank, it did, but in the spot I was in, leaving a bank gives me a much better chance of getting back to the table than going after something and selling it out. Now, of course, there's a chance that I can go after something and make it. There's a chance I can go after something and miss it horribly and leave a kind of a safe position. But then there's also this chance where he goes after the bank. Now, if look at what he had if he made the bank. He didn't have a 9-ball shot either. But he left me a much better shot than I had in my last shot. So your point in playing a safety, especially a containing safety, is to try to get back to the table in a better spot that you were in the first place. And I think I did that here. In fact, I definitely did that here. So here I'm going to try to draw past the side. I don't want to draw in the side. Or, and hear me out, I'm going to just chuck it right into the rail and sell it out for him. It's in one of my advanced courses that I have, but only available to a select few. I was going to wonder if he could level out here and just place top ball. He still kind of forced it, which made this weird. I think if he went just top ball, he could just go 1 rail and over, and he's over here. He kind of forced that one, and he should make it. I mean, we all should make this, but the reality is sometimes you don't. Ooh, okay. We're tied up at 2. Just a reminder, Kyle goes to 5, I go to 6. He took a lot off that break, and I don't think it's going to help him. It's going to help him in the fact that I don't have a shot. We're still getting these 2 balls here in the middle tied up. It is a problem with very humid conditions and a triangle rack and a table that just doesn't... The spots are weird with, you got people slamming the balls into the spots trying to tap them in, and it only works like once. Once it's done wrong. So I am attempting to hit every ball on the table, I think is what that was. I don't really know what that was. I think I was trying to get 2 rails around everything back behind this mess, but instead I just try to hit every ball on the table. I didn't leave him a great shot. Yeah, that's, oh, well. I wouldn't have done that. Other things you could have done other than that, but then look what the 2 ball is. Like, what do you do with ball in hand here on the 1? You can't really go here, here, and into the 5. I think the 9 ball is too big right there. You can't go, if the one ball was on this side of the pocket, put the cue ball here and just go straight across. Remember the thing I said you shouldn't, oh jeez, look at this. Well, I didn't miss, I didn't scratch a ball in hand, so there's that. But this, I don't know if, I don't think I have a line to this. I definitely don't have a line to this 2 ball. I have to go underneath, kick into it, and just hope. The 5 is about this big right now. I would almost be better just trying to tie up another ball. I mean, the 4 and the 6 are pretty tied up. What could you tie up here? Maybe play the 7 over here by the 3. The problem is with ball in hand, he's going to put it under here and bury me. And then I'm probably going to be on another foul. But remember what I said about the 5 ball? Now, I got lucky because I don't know if he can get in here and make the 2 right now. He could very easily just bank the 2 away. Like if you put the cue ball like here and kind of bank the 2 here, 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 and out, leave me behind the 6 ball. If you can do this, this isn't terrible. Yeah, that's not bad at all. The 4 does not go past this. Well, maybe it does. It doesn't. I don't think it does. He doesn't think it, you know, okay. Yep, that was, he was trying to get over there for the straight in angle on it. I'm looking at see if the 5 goes past the 6 because I already know the 4 doesn't. If the 5 doesn't go past the 6, do I have to draw like under here and play the 5 up here? That's a question. Which case that makes the 4 kind of missable because I'm bridging over the 6 ball. I underhit the decelerated. I don't know what I did with that. Maybe I was drawing back to play the 5 on the side. That actually makes a little bit more sense. But I decelled on that one so badly that it just didn't do anything at all. Do not recommend. That is not part of the advanced. Actually, it is part of the advanced course, but it's not the exact kind of advanced course you guys think it is. Here, I almost wonder if you just go at the bank. Just bank it 1 rail into the corner. If it doesn't go in, yeah. If it doesn't go in, there's a chance it bobbles, and there's a chance that I have. There's a chance it comes out and sits like here. As it was, if it goes in, I have an automatic shot in the 6. So that wasn't just a flat out go at the bank and hope I make it. There was some more thought involved in that. How many rails am I going here? 1, 2, 3, and right, nope, 2 in the side. Oh, 4 rails actually, both points. I underhit that one as well. Yeah, this is a recurring theme. There is a point to these video series, and I'll get to it. You'll see at some point. But like I said in the first video, I believe in Anthony Cataldi from On the Snap said, you want to show the good and the bad because you want to be real about it. You just don't want to be, I'm not going to be one of those channels. All I do is trick shots where I make everything. I think people got on the trick shot guys like Venom, Florian Kohler, and for only posting makes. And for the last couple of years now, he's been posting all the misses and all the attempts he's made up until when he makes a shot. So then you don't get the guys who they post one good shot and then you get all the comments, how many times did it take you? Well, it doesn't really matter if it's a great shot. Waiting for Michael to break or shoot over here. But I've managed to get my way out of this. Bank shot helped. I had a good cut on the 7 that I probably didn't need to have to take because I shot such a bad position on the 6. Hopefully didn't scratch. Yep, and I'm up 3-2. All right, and I'm breaking. Here's a chance to just take the match over, break and run, or something good. Like making 7 balls on the break, or 4, and not getting a shot. I did not remember this happened. Just, great timing. Lucky timing? Lucky timing. The problem here is I think if I make the 5, there's a good chance the 6 goes in, and I have no shot in the 7. So do I have... Because I like to play this low outside, which is going to push it into the 6. Or, hear me out, I play safe. Jeez. Needless to say, boys and girls, that was not the plan. I think I got split-brained in between making the 5 or making the 6, and in fact, instead of doing either, I did neither. Yeah, I was going to say, Kyle's only chance to hit this hard and see what happens. Unfortunately for him, what happens was the cube hole in the side pocket. Now, I'm looking at the 7 because if the 7 does not go past the 8 here, this is not the easiest run. Because that means I need to get on the 6 to get an angle almost where on top of the 9 ball to play the 7 up here. Or by where the 8 ball is to play the 7 in the side. Or, hear me out, get right behind the 7. Okay, I didn't do that. I think I have a good... If the 7 does truly not go past, I think I have a good angle to go forward a little bit inside. Come over here. The speed control is key on that, and I'm looking around at different angles. But if I don't get here, I might overrun it and get here and be able to play it on the side. The only thing I don't want to do is underrun it. Kind of what I did there. This is not a terrible shot. You guys who've watched my channel for a while know that I don't like playing anything past the side pocket. Now this is a little bit further. This is like a diamond out, kind of, almost. I don't have to do anything to the cue ball. Just don't draw it back. Just center ball or top, and just fire it in, and I should be good on the 8 to get to the 9. If I get straight in, I have to play short side on the 9. Shout out to the short side king, Johnny C. from Arizona. I feel like he should sponsor. I should get some kind of something every time I say that. But I don't necessarily need money because he's a good cook, so food and pasta would be fine. He's an Italian. I'm an Italian. We like pasta. But I don't have the cooking side of the Italian. That came through my grandpa was the Italian and wasn't the cook. My grandma was, and she wasn't Italian. So anyway, smooth that in, and just like that, I'm up 4-2. So good things did happen when I said, now let's see what Kyle can do as an answer to this. Kyle does not like anything about it. I don't blame him. But then he one-stroked it. Good result, made 2 balls. He's going to get a shot on the 2. The 9 ball's way up here. 9 ball does not count in the break in these tournaments. On their Friday night tournaments, so Breakaway has tournaments Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Friday nights are standard Texas Express BCA rules where the 9 counts on the breaks in the upper 4. So here, 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 and here. It does not count in the break in these bottom 2, but on Sundays, which is what this tournament is, it doesn't count anywhere. It always gets spotted. Now it counts as a ball made, so you keep shooting, but it does not count as a win. So can I get from the 2 to the 3 to the 5? And I'm looking at, I don't really want to be here. Or I should say, I don't really want to be in this position window because then I have to tend with the 9 and then getting past the 6. So I looked at coming up here, and I'm doing it through this 2 rail And now I just have to navigate going underneath the 7, which I think is easier and natural, more natural to get on the 5. This is going to be a draw with outside, and this is that standard outside wrap around the corner shot. Oh, except for it wasn't. Instead, I just decided to not get over there. Play with top, and I think I'm snookered behind the 6. Which is always an alternative. There's always a chance to just do something that's completely not expected. So I had to kick that one. If it hits the 8 here, I might be okay. Nah, not okay, but not terrible. The 6 or the 5-9 combo is not on. This 5 is like almost frozen to the rail, and it's hard to make that. The 5 over here is tough. The 5 past the 9 is tough. I might bank the 5 and send the cue ball towards the 9. Probably not expecting to make the 9, but at least getting it. I think that's exactly what he did. I like it. Didn't turn out the greatest for him, but it didn't turn out terrible. It could have turned out better and worse. I mean, that's, every shot could have turned out better or worse or the same. Probably not the same. You probably can't do the same shot twice and have it be exactly the same. So this is going to be high left and just kind of spin around this. I tried to hold it 2 rails for the side. Now I have a motto. This is don't hold anything. In fact, stay tuned to the merch store. I need to get some more work done on that. But that's not what I mean. I mean, like, don't hold it when you like send it 1 rail. But in that space, in that spot, I probably should not have tried to hold it for the side. I was asking a lot. Now I just have to kind of just 1 rail past the 8, maybe. I tried to go all the way. I tried to go at the 9 ball. Figuring that I'm going to get a shot on the 6, probably, maybe, if I make the 9 somewhere. Hopefully. Possibly. Main thing is I was really confident about it. Or I am now or something. But no, I was going at the 9 on there. It makes sense. There's not really much else to do, but the 8 was big. It's a great shot by Kyle. The problem is now he's way down on the bottom rail. Still a makeable shot. The 9 actually helps a little bit in kind of a big pocket. That it can go off the back of this and in. Can't hit it too bad though, so you're not going to aim to do that. You just aim to center pocket. Or he just took the bank. And this is going to sit really good for him. Now, this is cuttable right here. But remember what happened last match. I can't have this happen. So I think I'm trying to play safe behind the 8. Kind of follow just 1 rail behind the 8. I think that's, looks like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I didn't really get there. Where's the, yeah, it's close. He looks pretty kind. His body language just tells me he has this ball. No, now it's not as certain. If he doesn't have the straight in make, he can 1 rail bank this, kind of cross it over, and play for the 9. I think he tried to masse around. Yeah, look at all the spin that was on that ball. He tried to masse around the 8 ball and tried to. So I did kind of partially get him. Now, if my safety game is on and my speed control is on, I should be able to lock him up, at least snooker behind the 8, if not. Always try to freeze him on the ball you're safetying behind, or most of the time. Here I'm just going at the 9 ball and hoping it goes in. Hope I get a shot. Hope the cue ball gets somewhere where I get a shot on the 7. 9 ball's in what they call the big ball position, and that worked out pretty well. Now, I'm not getting the 11 ball. I hope, because if I do, I'm gonna look stupid for what I said before. Yay! No 11 ball. It is 9 ball. Shout out to Connor over here, my Scotch doubles partner for a tournament this coming Saturday. We drew each other in a blind draw tournament for another guy who was having a birthday party and won the tournament. So as long as I don't get straight here, I'm good. A little angle. See, video 8, and I'll put the link to the entire cue ball control series up above, but video 8 has this shot in a number of different ways you can hit it. And oh boy, that is not one of them. I mean, I could have been anywhere from the rail to here and I would have been fine, and I totally overdid it. This is where this speaker, I've been under hitting a lot of stuff. I've been decelling on a lot of stuff. So I've been focusing on my stroke and thinking, okay, put a good stroke on the ball. Now, what gets in the pocket first? Cue ball. Cue ball wins by a mile. Arms in the air in celebration. Not really. But now it's a 2-2 race now. I have to go to 6. He has to go to 5. 9 ball. Oh, almost a 9 ball. Doesn't matter. Doesn't count as a win. If I felt good about my play right now, I would lock him up behind the 8 ball and send the 1 this way. If I'm not feeling good about my play, I'll do that and just poke at it. I got safe, but not in the way I wanted. Yeah. Is it going to go off the cue ball? No. It worked out for me. I would have liked to see Kyle take a little bit more time at that shot. Not that I think he did anything wrong with it, just as a general rule. I think a lot of people, when they kick, just get up and just go, okay, I got a 1 rail kick, just bam. Now, on the other hand, I don't want people to take 2 minutes looking at it and trying to figure out and hem and haw and bring their protractors out and all that other stuff. If you have a shooting system or I should say a kicking system that requires you to measure things out, that's one thing. But I've seen people just stare at that shot and go, oh, I don't know what to do. And they basically talk themselves out of it before they ever get to the down on the shot. Do not recommend that. So what do you do here? Combo is horrible. Can I overcut the combo and play the cue ball behind here and come up and use these 3 balls as a blocker with the 2 probably stopping on the 9? Seems like a lot, but it's kind of what I did going into the 9, but maybe I didn't have enough to be able to draw all the way back to the rail. I didn't really leave. I didn't sell anything out. He has the 2-9 combo or a 2-ball bank. Or the 2-9-5 bank, leaving me safe behind the 9-8. Or am I? I can't tell from here. If I don't have that, I have this side of the ball. I can always bank this way and just send the cue ball 1 rail over here and use all 5 of these balls as a blocker. I did have it, but I didn't make it, and I still got safe. So I guess that's what happens sometimes, and it's all part of the game. Kyle decided to just leave. Bye, Kyle. I don't know where he went. I when I edited this, I didn't take anything out here. I think he's going to his case and getting his jump cue. That's what I'm going to guess. Yep, here he comes. No, he doesn't have a jump cue. I don't know what he did then. But that was another case. He hit the 4 first. So that was another case of him just kind of one-stroking the kick. I think all pool shots deserve as much attention as the others. So if you're taking a number of warm-up strokes on a 1-rail leave, for example, I think you should take the same amount on a 1-rail kick or a bank or a combo or anything. Now, I'm trying to shoot this gap to send the cue ball this way. By shoot the gap, I mean between the 5 and the rail, like that. I have that shot in one of the videos in my cue ball series as well. Cue ball control series. Now here I'm looking to see if I can make the 4 from like this window, which is it's a pretty big position window, but There are a couple spots in there where it gets tricky to get back on the 5. This looks pretty good. Now, I would like to miss the 9 or miss the 8. I'd like to go past the 8 and come out, even if it means a little bit further shot, like I'm down here to play the 5 on the side, because I can naturally open up if I need to the 7 or get past the 7 and get on the 7. I don't necessarily want to hit the 8 here. It's not the end of the world if I do, unless... Okay, so that was good. If I hit the top side of the 8 closest to us, there's a chance I could go behind the 9 and be in trouble. This works. This makes it a little bit harder to get on the 7. If I can get on the spot, I have a good position for the 7 where I can come, either forward or backwards. Trying to hit that mark is tough with these bouncy tables. I don't have too much room to the left of it to be able to miss. Yeah, I think I'm okay, and actually this angle might be a little bit better. I think right on the spot I would have to draw straight back. Here, I can naturally kind of come this way. There's a little bit of low outside and left spin in this case. Yeah, just like that. Come back to the right around the same area. Now this shot's going to be a matter of personal preference. If you like going in the side and just floating up, if you like the side and going one rail and back, if you like taking it in the corner and kind of coming back this way for the side, there's just, it's going to depend on what you're feeling, what you're comfortable with normally, what you're feeling at the time, table conditions, and just once you're looking at the shot. I almost said once you get down on the shot, and that's completely wrong, because you should know what you're doing well before you get down on the shot. I think I'm drawing it. Yep, drawing it to the corner and just holding it for the 9 on the side. That's a shot he gave it to me, so I don't have to shoot that. That's a shot where I don't mind holding it, because you're using more of a kill shot or more of a firm stroke. I am really jumping forward on my break here, and I don't think that's the way to do it. I've been working with Sensei Nate on my break. I look for something on his channel sometime soon for stuff on the break. And I know the 9-ball break is a lot different than what he teaches. He's really good at the WNT 9-ball break. He does work on, on bar box 9-ball as well. But the thing I worked mostly with him was the 10-ball and 8-ball head-on break. But I'm trying to take some of that and use some of that in my 9-ball breaks and things. I think Kyle told me to shoot and he went to the restroom. So what's the best thing to do when your opponent leaves you the table? It's somewhat open and you're on the 1-ball. That's right, kids. Just miss the 1-ball. Miss the 1-ball, leave it, and go sit down. All right, he's back, and I gave him the good news that I missed right away. I did fast forward through that part. I don't usually cut out a lot of the stuff. I won't cut out something in the middle of the rack unless something really, really bad happens. But notice he took a bunch of... he's still a fast shooter, but he took a bunch of practice strokes there. He's taken a bunch here. But on those kicks, he was just basically getting up on one-stroking them. And I'd like to see him do the same. I don't mind what... Everyone has their own techniques and their own number of... pre-shot routine and number of practice strokes and everything. I just prefer people to do the same thing. That's the one thing I would recommend everybody. Do the same thing. You'll see sometimes, caught just enough of this rail to bobble that. You'll see sometimes the pros will change up how many strokes they do here and there. I kind of go between 2 and 3. Now, Mark Wilson and I just recently talked about this, and his recommendation was originally 3 to 4. He's changed that to 2 to 4. And he says do 2, and if you don't feel it right away, do 3. My philosophy is if I don't feel right after 2, I'm standing back up again. Unless I'm in a situation where I'm like in the BS League where I'm doing a shot clock. In that case, I can't stand back up, so I'm committed to the shot even more so before I get down. Now, do I have enough here? And it doesn't look like it to float over here to play the 6 in the same pocket. Or Am I going forward and going under the 6? I'm shaking my head, so I'm not happy with anything. The 6-7 combo is not something I want to ever take. 6 does not go past the 7. At least it probably doesn't. I think I'm going forward and trying to go under it. This is dangerous. Oh no, I tried to go for the 6 in the same pocket and just didn't get there. Can I chop this enough? Oh boy. To hit the 7 and not scratch. Playing it over here. Which means extreme right spin. Kind of aiming to overcut it because the spin is going to kind of throw the ball down and going cue ball right into the 7. Obvious danger with that is I may not get a shot on the 7. Am I playing this into the 9 and playing the cue ball behind the 7? I kind of love this if I do. Or I don't know if I snookered him or not. Now, I hate it when the pros go over and look at that, and I can't believe I just did that because that's really annoying to me. And I left the whole thing. Oh, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, he's going to be even more trouble. Oh, boy. Anger management classes pay off. No, I'm just kidding. Kyle's a good dude. We've played a bunch. Shout out to Frank over here. We may or may not see him later on in this tournament. Yeah, we see him right here. He's here again. He just looked back like he felt me pointing on his back. That was kind of weird. That was really weird. I do not have that much power. We, what are we doing here? I think just straight draw. A little bit bounce off the rail, a little bit outside to kind of bounce off the rail and come towards the 9. Just like that. And I'm a little off angle here. I'm surprised he didn't give this to me because he gave me that on the last one. Actually, this is the match winner, so that makes sense why he didn't give it to me. But that is it. That is game number 6. I beat Kyle 6-3. Kind of waiting to see if the scoreboard updates here before I end this part, and there it is. All right, so that is round number 2. I am guaranteed one more match. Next match may or may not feature someone near and dear to my heart. You'll have to tune in to see. Until the next round, we will see you soon. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good until the next one or something. See you soon.